Hi guys. I'm just waiting for some more people to get on. Harmony. Hi. Finally. Hi there. Hi, my lovely. Thank you guys for coming on. I'm just waiting for some other people to come on before I start this transmission, if you will. Yeah, I've decided to, this is my second, hi, Ricardo. This is my second YouTube vlog, even though I'm doing it on Instagram Live. I can navigate better on Instagram, so I'm going to tape it here on Instagram, and then I'm going to save it and upload it to my YouTube from Brazil. Wow. Hi, Ricardo from Brazil. Oh my, give me some of that Brazilian weather right now, because we're winter here in Toronto, Canada. So send me some of that good warm weather from Brazil. My goodness. But thank you for joining. I did my first for the new year a week ago for my YouTube vlog, and it was something that I've wanted to do for a while, and but I kept on procrastinating on it because, like I said in my last video, when I'm on stage and I'm there to sing and do what I love. I love to sing. But to talk like this is, it takes me out of my comfort zone. But I'm allowing myself to come out of my comfort zone and do the things that I've been wanting to do, and I've been putting it off because of whatever reason. For whatever reason, I've been procrastinating. And so I did my first one last week, and that was, we talked about changing from how to shift from one vibration to the next, how to shift from a lower vibration to a higher vibration. And I told a story about how I was tested and over New Year's Eve, and how I was able to, keep my spirits up and navigate that challenge and get through without allowing myself to go under in a negative way. So today I wanted to talk about harmony. Because, we're going through a lot of changes right now on our planet, in our world. Everything is changing right in front of us. And even though it's easy to focus on the negative, as a light worker, I call myself a light worker. And what does light worker mean for me? It means that I'm working with the frequency of love, light, high vibration, high frequency. I do and follow the path of the soul, and in everything that I do, I embrace the positive and higher vibration, and I live from that place of being. I live from that place of unity, and I've been going through this spiritual awakening since 2012. I've always been spiritual, but 2012 changed my life for in a profound way, and it's taken me on this path of where I did some soul searching, if you will, healing, and I found out more about what a light worker is, and I resonate with that so much. And so I now call myself a light worker, not just a singer-songwriter, but also a light worker. And my music is all light. It's all love. It's all about healing and bringing people together, Anyway, so with everything going on right now, it's easy for us, and all these changes, it's very easy to be depressed, to go into the lower frequencies, the lower vibrations, and not see, or it can be challenging to focus on the good. For me, though, as a light worker, I focus totally as much as I can, because sometimes it does get challenging. I do my best, though, to focus on the positives and the good things that are happening in and around us. I wanted to talk about harmony today. And why harmony? Harmony is also a vibration. It's all about being in agreement with what is going on within yourself. And obviously harmony also relates to music, but today I wanted to talk about it from a different perspective. Harmony and harmonizing and coming together in unison within yourself, mind, body, and soul. And for me, it's very important for me to always be in harmony with the flow of how I see my life going and what is happening, because the negative energies that are happening outside of ourselves can influence and impact how we are within. But I try to make sure that what is the opposite, I flip it. I make sure what is happening inside of me is what is expressed outside. I don't pay attention too much to the noise and the outside influences as much as I used to before I woke up, before I came to this place of understanding and inner standing. So I have a few spiritual guides that I resonate with, and since my spiritual awakening, I've asked my higher self to send me the right and appropriate information and teachers that would give me the right information to help me on my my awakening path. And one of the teachers that I listen to, this is their version of harmony, especially in this time of awakening, if you will. People are wakening up to what's actually going on our planet, and it's changing us. Even though it might look a bit chaotic and a bit disturbing and a bit fearful, I believe that what is happening is necessary to help us get to a better place as humanity and as individuals and as a collective. I know that inappropriate things have been going on our planet, so they need to be cleaned up, and we need to now learn how to embrace these changes in a good way, knowing that everything is happening for a good reason, even though we might not understand it right now. I know on a certain level, on a spiritual level, and on a human level as well, things are changing for the better. And how do we navigate these changes? It starts with us. As we are changing, we got to go within ourselves. And that's a huge thing for me, is making sure that I how do I say, own this relationship. I tend to this relationship with my higher self much more than I used to before I woke up. Because this gives me a solid foundation within myself to ground myself on, so that I don't fall for the noise and the confusion and the just all of these things that are happening, the news, all of that. I don't even watch news. So because I want to keep my vibration, my spirit, and all of what I'm doing at a high level, so I'm not down, I don't feel down. It's so important to me right now. Anyways, I wanted to share with you what some of my teachers, the overseers and the Pleiadians, spoke about harmony and how it relates to what we're going through right now. Harmony is a vibration. Not many understand harmony and what harmony is. The state of perfect harmony is a unison within. So that's what I was saying before, coming to an agreement. Everything within you is in alignment, and in agreement. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and spirit, if you will. Okay, so coming into unison within, with the above, the spirit, eternal self, that which you are attempting to unify with. And of course, when you want to transform and elevate, and when you want to evolve to being the best version of yourself, vibration connects. Exactly. And so management, what's going on? Yeah, so you want to make sure that your internet, and I speak about this a lot, but what is happening within is solid. It's true. It's from a place of love and connectedness and connectivity with your higher self. I call it my spirit. You call it God, source, love. I call it spirit, the creator, the divine, whatever you want to call it. I call it spirit. So you want to make sure that your relationship with spirit is solid. You're connected with that a state of being every day, every minute of the day. And one of my affirmations is that I always want to be connected with my higher self right through the day. I am totally and completely connected with my higher self at all times. So that is important. So they're saying here, that which you are attempting to unify with, which is your higher self, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it, and experienced only through the vibration of your heart, being fully activated, and the you that you know yourself to be functioning through it, your highest self. This is the only way to live moment to moment. So being in the now, being in the present, that's the only way to be. The only way through ascension, which is raising your vibration to the highest level. This is ascension. When you allow yourself to be raised up to the highest frequency, highest vibration, that's ascension. Because that's when you are in that higher vibration, higher frequency, that is when your spirit team, your guidance team, your angelic team can connect with you. Because when you're in discombobulated and you're in the 3D and the matrix and you're confused and you're not connected, they're not able to connect with you. You know, you have a blockage, if you will. You're not able to connect. So when you are able to raise your vibration and raise your frequency, then they're able to come through and give you that higher guidance that you need in the now moment. Okay, so the only way through ascension. So we say through, as it is something you will go through. It doesn't happen to you, it goes through you. And you have to, like I said, you have to be entity or a vessel that is clear and not discombobulated, not disjointed and disconnected, because then they're not able to connect with you. So they come through you when you are in a high vibration, high frequency. Your response, reaction, your frequency to the going through it is what takes you through it or not. So if you're open, which is then you allow yourself and you do what you need to do to work on yourself. And that is, of course, going within and help yourself, get your frequency, your vibrations high for your spirit team. You set that intention as well, that you want to connect, and you do what you need to do to get yourself to, you stay positive, you think positive thoughts, you say your affirmations, whatever that is for you. For me, I like to go out in nature, walk in nature, just to still my mind a little bit. I'm not thinking as much. I ask my ego to step aside, and I ask my iron presence to, come in at that time. And that's how you're in a place of allowance. If you're not in that place of allowance, and some people are not even aware of this state of being, because they're so used to being in the 3D and discombobulated and disjointed and just disconnected, because we're inundated and being told that we need to be working and being busy, and we don't have time to be still and connect with our inner self, our highest self that is within. That's the only time you can get to it, is when you make space and time for it. Exactly, Mary. So within, as within is so without. So if you're disconnected within yourself and you're depressed, you're down, you tend to manifest things outside of yourself that will keep you in that state, that will keep you depressed, that will keep you down. But if you work on making sure that your internet, I love using that word, is on a higher level, you're staying positive. And even if it's, things are not going well, you fake it till you make it. You tell yourself, listen, I'm choosing to be positive about the situation that I'm going through right now, especially right now. I'm choosing to see the light at the end of the tunnel, knowing that all things will come to pass, And if you know that what is for you is meant for you, it will come to you. Even though right now, in that certain moment, you might not be feeling that way, you fake it till you make it, man. You say, listen, my guides, talk to your guides. I talk to my guides all the time. I'm constantly talking to my guides. I'm like, guys, I need you to come in right now. And I say, and I affirm, I use affirmations. It's one of my biggest things is affirmations. When I first woke up, that was a huge tool for me, is affirmations. So much so that I ended up writing a book of affirmations that I intend to put out there to help people who, don't have the tools to help them in their awakening, because I believe that a lot of us are waking up and we don't even know what it is that we're going through, but our DNA is being activated and we're coming online, if you will. And some people don't know how to navigate these changes. And a tool for me was affirmations. I would say out loud, verbally, what it is that I want to manifest, how I want to feel. I am happy today. I am at peace. I'm peace of mind. I am harmony. I am coming into harmony with everything that is for me. And when I do that and I put myself in that field and frequency, the more that I do that, the more I attract that to myself. I attract more good things to be grateful and thankful about, which is another thing. When you are thankful, when you're in that attitude of gratefulness and thankfulness, you manifest more things to be grateful and thankful for. And that's another way to raise your frequency and vibration, is the being in that state of gratefulness and thankfulness. Such a mission, I know, right, girl? It's such a mission, but it takes practice. It takes practice, and I can attest to that. It does take practice until it becomes second nature to you. So going back to what the overseers were saying here, disharmony within, or lack of harmony, lack of agreement within. So when the mind is not in alignment with the soul, and the body, then things go awry. You know what I mean? You're just in a state of confusion and disconnection. But when everything is in agreement, your mind and your body and your spirit is in alignment and in agreement with each other, then things start to flow. So disharmony within, or lack of harmony, lack of agreement within, will tell you what harmony isn't. When the emotional body, the physical body, and the mental body and spiritual body are not in agreement, not in perfect unison, we have disharmony. Negative thoughts, negative emotions, opposing unison is what disharmony is, that we are activating you through now. So we're getting help. And what I have learned too from my teachers is that the sun, we get so much from the sun. Now, we've been told to stay out of the sun. A lot of people put on your sunscreen and stay away from the sun, But the sun gives us so much to help us on our spiritual growth and just for our physicality, And right now, what I'm learning is that the frequencies that are coming through the sun, high frequencies that are coming through the sun right now, is helping to activate our dormant DNA, which they were calling junk DNA before. That is getting activated now, and you have what is called ascension symptoms, because we're being raised up. The planet is getting raised up to a higher frequency to get into 5D. I don't know if you know about that, but that's what's happening right now. And if you don't know about it, you're going to get to know about it, because it can't be stopped. This is what's happening right now. And so the sun is helping us to get our bodies right, our bodies up and in the higher frequency, so that when we do transition fully into the 5D dimension, our bodies are able to withstand and go with the flow and be in harmony with those frequencies. And so go out in the sun. Go out in the sun. I love to go out and sunbathe and sit by the water and sit out in nature, and I love getting the sun on me. I love it. I enjoy it. It hasn't hurt me yet, and I know it's not going to hurt me. I allow I am in a state of allowance right now in my life. Allowing, and I'm in harmony with what is happening right now. And the sun wants to activate our DNA, and so I'm saying yes, I'm allowing that to happen. And so I go out in the sun whenever I can. Now that we are in winter, I don't get to see a lot of the sun, but as much as I can, when it's not freezing cold, I go out, because I know that you're still getting the sun rays through the clouds. Anyway, so let's go back to the overseers here. So they're saying disharmony within, or lack of harmony, lack of agreement within, will tell you that what harmony isn't. When the emotional body, the physical body, and the mental body, and the spiritual body are not in agreement, not in perfect unison, we have disharmony. Negative thoughts, negative emotions, opposing unison is what disharmony is, that we are activating you through now. So they're helping us with that right now. A deeper letting go now is present now for you. So another thing, letting go, releasing, embracing change. not trying to cling on to these old ways and the old habits and ways of being that we're so used to. We're in our comfort zone and things are changing, but we're trying to hold on to them. But the more that you try to hold on to things that you need to let go of, the longer you allow yourself to get into the flow of what is waiting for you on the other side. But a lot of us are afraid of the unknown. But you have to come into harmony with what is happening right now. It shows in the outer world, because we see that the planet is changing, our world is changing, our systems are the shit stem, we call it the shit stem is falling apart, right? Because it wasn't appropriate. A lot of our systems, shit stem, wasn't appropriate. So these things have to fall apart, and it looks like chaos. It's like in Jamaica, because I'm Jamaican, as you know, they would say when you get a sore or a pus, a sore, and it gets pussy, and it gets ugly, it gets scabby, and all of that. That's what we're seeing now. Metaphor. That's the metaphor for what we're seeing right now. But as soon as the scab comes, you know it's time for healing. Then you know the scab starts to fall off, and all of these crap, these inappropriate things that's been going on our planet. You know, financially, it's so many. All these different parts of our system is falling apart right now. Our political systems, the education system, everything. It was there was a lot of inappropriateness happening in our religions as well. You know, and so these things needed to be cleaned up to get to the truth of what is our planet and why we are here as a collective, is to help raise this frequency of the planet and humanity as well as a collective, so that we can get to 5D, to a better world, you know, to this new world. And I'm in this phase of transitioning, evolving, expanding into this new me, getting ready for this new world, this 5D world, where things are going to be more in harmony. People are going to live more in harmony, more at peace with each other, more in love with each other, and in love with our planet, so that we can take care of our planet and not be so irresponsible with our habits and the things that we do, and this excess of consumption where we have just been living, we've been spoiled, very much so spoiled. So now we're getting the chance to clean up our bad habits and clean up our ways that were just not appropriate all across the board, so that we can be a better world, a better human, a better collective, so that we can meet Gaia, is what I call our planet. Mother Nature, we call it Gaia. So we can meet Gaia on the 5D plane. And so we go back to the overseers here, and they're saying, so that perfect unison, harmony. So unison, harmony, same thing, because everything comes together when you talk about harmony. It's everything coming together. So unison with your higher cosmic God self. So you come into unison with your higher self. I call it spirit, like I said. You call it your God self, the highest part of you that watches over you, that guides you if you allow it. Because another thing is that we live in a world that is a free will world. They're not able to assist you and guide you until you give them permission to come in and assist you. So you say you have to make that agreement with them, saying that you allow your higher spiritual team, your angelic team, whatever you call it, your divine team, to come in and assist you throughout your days, throughout your life, in every area of your life. I talk to my guides in the morning and I say, I invite you into my every second, every minute, every hour of each day, today and every day. I need you to come in and take charge of my thoughts, my words, my actions, my decisions, my emotions, because my intent is that I want to always be in a state of harmony with my higher self, so that I can make better decisions, and that I'm not always being like a tumblewind where wherever the wind blows, I'm going with it. No, I want to be sound in who I am, what I stand for, how I'm acting, how I'm behaving. So at night time when I sleep, I can sleep peacefully. I don't have to regret nothing that I did throughout the day. And if I do end up slipping up, cuss out a person because I'm walking through a mall and somebody come up to me and Why are you not wearing? Because I'm medically exempt. Thank you very much. I want to breathe my fresh air. And I don't get upset. I don't let their actions irritate my spirit. You know what I mean? I always want to be in a sound. So speaking to my guys, they give me the mindfulness to, watch how I'm reacting. I'm not reactive as I used to be, because I used to be that girl. I was reactive, very reactive towards every situation that came at me. I was that girl because I was not healed. I had to heal myself. I went through a lot of things growing up. And so I had to face those things and heal those things and clear those things and let go of those things so that, I was more sound, mind, body, and spirit. And then I don't have to be reactive anymore. My pain body wasn't as activated as it was. Now I feel a lot more healed. And I'm healing every day. It doesn't happen all at once. I'm healing every day. And it's all about practice, like I said. It's all about practice. Every day you practice and you see where they give you situations as well to help you see what you need to work on. And I'm continuously, I'm working in progress for sure. So perfect unison, harmony with your higher cosmic God self may take place. That is your ascension. So when you're in unison and harmony with your higher self, that is ascension. Because now you're operating from your highest frequency self. Your love self. Your God self. Harmony is living through the heart. Exactly. So you're living from the heart instead of living from the mind and the logic. You got to live from the heart. Yes, the mind is there, but you got to be in balance. They both have to be in balance for you. Because if you're just in the mind, you're off balance. You're not connected with the heart. And you're just totally just thinking about logic. And you only believe what you see. There's a lot of things happening that you don't see that are more real than the things that you can see. So you come into unison, harmony with your higher God self. That is your ascension. And this is the process that the whole planet is going through right now. And a lot of us don't even realize it. And I was saying too that the sun is helping us with that by helping to activate our dormant DNA so that we can come online. And a lot of gifts that we didn't recognize that we have now is getting activated. And as that's happening, as that process is happening, we're going through these things that we call ascension symptoms. I remember when I first started waking up, and in 2012, when that year was a catalytic spiritual awakening year for me. I went through, I broke out all of my body. I broke out in hives everywhere on my body. Never had that happen to me before. Hives everywhere, pushing out on my body. And I recognized after working with my spiritual teachers and guides, I came to know and recognize that my body was detoxing. I used to smoke weed, marijuana, Mary Jane. I used to love me some Mary Jane every day. I wake up smoking a spliff, because I enjoyed it, yes, but it was also an escape for me. I wasn't happy with where I was in my life. I wasn't happy with a lot of things, and things that I needed to heal. I would, when I smoked my weed, I would forget about those things, so I didn't have to deal with it. But I knew that at a certain point I wanted to stop smoking weed, and it was hard for me. I thought it was, because that's how I felt. I was so addicted to that feeling of just being numb after I smoked, that it was hard for me to let that go. But as I came into that year of 2012, when it was time, it was that spiritually, it was time for me to wake up. And so when I got onto that path, and before that I was asking my guides to help me, my angels, whatever you call it. I call it my spiritual guides. I would ask them, please help me to stop smoking this weed, please, because I every time I tried to do it on my own, it wasn't happening. And so when I started going through this detox, if you will, on a physical level, because it manifested with these hives coming out on me. They told me that I was getting detox. I was pushing out. My body was pushing out all the toxins and all the inappropriateness that was in my body, out of my body, to get me onto this path. It was a cleanup, if you will, which is exactly what's happening to the planet right now. The planet is going through a detox. So everything had to get shut down, just like they shut down my voice. I'm a singer. What am I going to do if I don't have my voice? But they had to recalibrate my throat, my vocal cords. They had to recalibrate this, because this, they told me, is my light portal, my mouth, my light portal. So what is coming out of my mouth has to be truth, love, and light, and healing. Because I was filled up with these things that had happened to me in my past, in this lifetime and other lifetimes that I was carrying with me. They had to be purged out and had to be recalibrated, and so that I can be cleaned up. My voice had to get totally transformed, and it did. And they put me on voice. I couldn't sing, I couldn't speak properly. Because I when I was younger, growing up in Jamaica, I'm sure a lot of Jamaicans can relate to this. We shout. We are shouters. We shout everything. We're very passionate and we talk loud. And a lot of people think you're so aggressive. But it's just really passionate. But for me, though, it was going to a negative place, because I was so angry. I was angry because of the things that had happened to me when I was younger. And I would take it out on people. I would lash out on people. Abandonment issues, physical abuse, sexual abuse that I went through. And I would take it out in a inappropriate way on people I love. And so they had to clean that up. They had to show me that. I had to see that. I understood why, where it stemmed from. And I had to heal those things. And they shut down my voice. I couldn't speak. I couldn't shout anymore. And every time I would get upset, if something or somebody upset me, or some situation upset me, I would scream about it, shout about it, and get mad. As soon as I would try to, my voice would just, it literally felt like something was holding my throat like this, squeezing it in. So I had to just calm down. Immediately just calm down. Anyways, long story short, they took my voice away for a whole year. I could only write. And that's when I wrote my album, The Light. Changed my life. I discovered the light within me, my higher self, more on a more passionate, deeper level. I don't want to get emotional, but it changed my life for the better, for real. And I wouldn't change it for anything. I was scared at first when my voice, because I thought I wouldn't get my voice back. But when it did come back, I tell you right now, my voice came back better, clearer than it ever was. I sing so much more better than I did before, because they had to clean out my light portal, you see. And that's what's happening on our planet right now. They're cleaning up our planet, taking off all the baddies, the crazy, the disharmony, the things that were just not appropriate, so that we can see it for what it is and know that is not the way to be. This is not how we're supposed to be. We shouldn't be judging each other by the color of our skin, by the class that we're in, how much money we have, the jobs that we have. We shouldn't. The religion that we practice. None of that. We're all one. And it's quicker that we recognize that, no matter where we come from on this planet. We're so connected because we come from the one source, the one God that connects us, the one higher creator that connects us. We're made in His image, all of us, and we're all forms of the Creator. And so we should love and embrace and celebrate our differences. Not hate and destroy each other because of those differences, but embrace and celebrate our uniqueness as individuals, as a collective. You know what I mean? So that's what's happening right now. We're seeing the breaking down, the crumbling of the shit stem, so that we can get to a better place of harmony as a planet, as a collective, as a humanity, so that we can meet Gaia, because Gaia is done. Gaia is done with that 3D way of being. Living in that matrix is no more for Gaia. So this is why you see all these things, what you call it, volcanoes, everything is erupting, because she is done. She's purging. Just like they made my body come push out all these toxins, and it was all, my body was covered with the hives. They were literally detoxing my body. And it was ugly at that time. And scary, because you don't know what's happening. But when you know what's happening, then you're more at peace. You're more in harmony with these changes. You're more allowing of it. And the faster you get to heal. And that's what happened to me. When I recognized what was actually happening, and I didn't need to fear it. I just needed to embrace and allow it to happen. Allow my voice, my throat to be recalibrated. So I just wrote. Allow my body to detox, push out all the toxins and the bad things that I was taking in through the foods I was eating, through the air I was breathing, and just this bad habits and ways of thinking. I needed to purge that. I needed to push it out. And it manifested in hives coming out of me. That's what's happening on our planet right now. All that you've seen happening, all this shutdown, lockdown, is because things need to clean up. Our industries need to clean up. What they're doing to the children, we need to be aware of it so that we can stop this human trafficking from happening. So that we can get to a better world and take care of our, not just ourselves, but our brothers and sisters, or the children, man. And so that's what's happening right now. So embrace these change, because we won't go back to how normal, what we thought was normal. That's no more. We're coming into a new way of being. What we thought was impossible, us living together in harmony, is where we're going. And it's going to be a beautiful world when it's all said and done. When smoke clears, it's going to be a better world for us. You know, financially, everything, all levels, it's going to be better for all of us. But we have to start on ourselves first. Clean up ourselves first. New era, absolutely. New era. Yes, new era. New world. So you have to start with yourself first. On an individual level. Yes, Mary. On an individual level, you have to start here first, within yourself. Clean you up first. How do you do that? You go within yourself and you look at yourself like you're looking at yourself in a mirror. And you see, where am I? You know, blocking my own blessings. What am I doing? What am I contributing to how the world was operating before? You know what I mean? And you're honest with yourself and you look at yourself and you clean up those habits, bad habits, one at a time, and you transform yourself that way. And how we all need help with that. So for me, I get my help from my spiritual team. I call it my spiritual guidance team, you see, which is I call it my management team. I have the best management team on the planet, because it is my highest self that I go to for my guidance. I don't go to the TV. I don't go to the news. I don't go to the politician for my guidance. Because none of them can't be trusted, you see. They're compromised, a lot of them. And this is why things are happening. People are waking up and seeing things can't go on the same way. You can't be taking away my rights to just breathe fresh air, for Christ's sakes. I should have the opportunity and the right to choose what I put in my body and how I live my life. People are recognizing this can't go on, because if it go on this way, if it continues the way they're trying to make it go on, life will be a totally different world. We were slaves before, but we'll just be robots. Now they want us to become robots. No mind, not of your own. You can't think for yourself. And some people are buying into it because they don't even know they are inside. And this is why it's so important to come into harmony with who you are inside. Go inside of yourself. Connect with your higher self. Connect with that God that lives within you. Your higher self. Get your guidance. When certain things are being said outside on the news or whatever, if you do watch the news, I don't watch the news, but if you do watch the news and certain things sound a certain way to you, sit in silence for a quick moment. Make the time to just sit in silence and ask your inner guidance. Tell me what I need to know right now. Is this true? What is going on? Show me what's going on. And I guarantee you give them the permission to show you what's going on, they're going to show you what's going on. And some of us are not ready to see what's going on, because when you see what's going on, you won't want to believe it. I couldn't sleep for nights when I started to be shown what was going on. I couldn't sleep, especially knowing what they've been doing to our children, all these missing children that go missing all the time. When I started finding out what's really going on, I couldn't sleep for nights. And a lot of these false idols that we worship in the entertainment, in politics, in all of it, you better wake up. But don't take my word for it. All I'm saying, in the most loving way, is you have to first go within yourself. Go within yourself. Talk to your higher self. Be best friends with you. You as a person within should be the safest person for you to go to. Not somebody outside yourself. Not your lover, not your husband, not your mom, not your dad, not your sister or brother or friend, best friend. You should be the most safest place for you to go to. And so that is what I started working on much more in 2012 when they started to wake me up. The me inside of me I'm talking about is my higher self, the creator that lives inside of me. That is your intuition that sends you stuff through your intuition that will tell you, don't go that way. And when you don't go that way, all of a sudden you find out there was an accident there. That inner voice. You know what I mean? That is what you need to be connected to. And the more that you keep your channel, which is your body, your vessel, clear and clean, the more that you work on cleaning up your bad habits within yourself. You know what those are. You'll clean up those things. You make a commitment to yourself to be a better human being for yourself and then for everybody else. Then this channel, this body, this mind, this heart, this spirit becomes more clear for you to hear that guidance so you can make better decisions as you move along in your day-to-day life. So we'll go back to what the overseers are saying here. I'll read this part again. So that perfect unison harmony with your higher cosmic God self may take place. That is your ascension. Harmony is living through the heart, seeing through the heart, being free from past reactions, bad habits, attachments to outcomes, and resistance to what is now. You have to be in harmony with what is happening now. You can't be living in the future or in the past, because that's when you just stay in worrying, in fretting, in being depressed, because you're constantly replaying those old records of what happened to you in the past or what you want things to look like in the future. Sure, you can visualize what you want things to look like for you in the future, absolutely, but make sure that you're always centered in the present, in the now. Another thing that I constantly work on is being as present as much as I can. So you're staying in that now. This is the only way through harmony, is living in the now, is living through the heart, living, seeing, breathing through your heart, your eternal self. This is the only way. Breathe deeply. Feel. Open your heart. Another thing is the breath. When you're trying, I shouldn't say trying, when you want to go into a place of stillness, one of the techniques and the tools that they give us, that I've been told within myself, the Spirit has given me, and with the Spirit, the guidance and the teachers that they've put me on to, because they've shifted up a lot of people. They removed a lot of people out of my life and replaced them with people that I can learn from, that I resonate with. And they've taught me about the breath and how important the breath is. This is what gives us life. So when you connect with the breath, you breathe deeply. Literally, you go into a place of allowance and you allow yourself to be quiet and you breathe. You take deep breaths in and breathe out. One of the things I love to do is breathe into my heart. I visualize my breath going into my heart and then breathing out light from there. That connects me to my higher self. So that brings you into the now moment. If you're thinking about things that you don't want to be thinking about, a good way to snap out of it is to slow down with the breath. Follow the breath. And it takes you back into your body, into that now moment. And then you can get your guidance from your higher spiritual team from there as well. This is the only way. Breathe deeply, feel, open your heart, release your attachments to time. Release your attachments to time. So important. Because time is an illusion. We use time as a tool here in the 3D world, but time is an illusion. Everything is happening now. The past, the present, the future. So you got to stay in this now. In the now that you're in, that you can feel your body. Stay in that now, and you do so with the breath. Shed completely the old way. The old way of being. Of separateness, thinking that I am better than you, and you are better than me, and I have to compete with you all the time, and I'm going to outdo you, and I'm going to outshine you. Those ways are over. We're all in this as one. One love, as Bob Marley said. We are one. So if you see others like you see yourself, that also raises your vibration, because you're not competing anymore, you know? And then you get more people that show up in your reality that is living exactly that. So you feel better, you're more trusting of people. And you can start to see for real. Like I have some of the most beautiful girlfriends in my life, and I treasure them. And I can talk to them about these things without being judged or feeling judged, because they are in the same like-mindedness. You know what I mean? They see and understand exactly what I'm seeing and understanding. Inner standing. They have the same point of views. So friends that used to always make me feel like I'm always having to I don't know, like it would be competition, or the feeling of you're never doing good enough, and then you feel like you're always trying to appease them, trying to make them feel good. Friendship shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't. It should be comfortable and peaceful. It shouldn't be threatening. It shouldn't make you worry and fret. Oh my God, am I going to offend anybody? No. So all those people are now being taken out of my life, and I allow it. Before we try, oh my God, what did I do? Can I fix this? Can I make it right? I was that girl, but no more. I allow Spirit to do the work that they're doing, because they're seeing things I can't see. So when these things are happening, I allow them. Say, thy will be done, Spirit. Thy will be done. If it's meant for us to come back together at some point, then we'll come back together. But I'm not going to force anything anymore with anybody or anything. If a door closes on me, I'm like, okay, this wasn't meant for me. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to sit and worry about it. Why didn't this work out? No more. I used to be a warrior one time in my life before my awakening in 2012. I used to worry about everything. I remember crying myself to sleep. Oh my God, Spirit, why is this not happening? Why? Oh my God. Fret. Oh my God. Everything. Nervousness. Anxiety. No more. I am now a warrior. Not a warrior, but a warrior for the light, for the love, for the commitment to myself to be my best self, to continuously commit to working on myself. And if I catch myself slipping, I catch myself and I switch it, I flip. I make sure I do exactly what I need to do to turn that around, to turn it around, so that I feel good about what I'm doing and how I'm living, how I'm being. And it takes practice. It does. It takes practice. Shed completely the old way, as it will not suffice to enter the new earth. You must be new yourself before access to this new earth. You must be new. And this is why I'm proud as I do my post now, the new me, because this is where I'm on the path of the new me, yo. And I'm allowing it to happen. Clean me up, Spirit. Clean me up, Spirit God. Father, Mother God, clean me up. I want to be the best version of myself. So do what you need to do. Take from me what you needed to take from me. And they took, like I said, that year in 2012, they took my voice. A whole year voice rest. And I thought I was never gonna sing again. They took my voice for a year because they had to recalibrate it. Clean up my light portal. My voice, when it came back, better than ever. Better than ever. Even my writing changed. What I write about. How I think is better. I call it energy management now. I mind what I'm thinking. I mind what I'm saying. Because I know I am the creator of my reality. So I have to come into harmony with all these changes. And not resist these changes. I'm in harmony with it. I'm in unison with these changes. And that's what's happening right now. This is what's happening. This is the new me right now. Totally committed to changing myself for the better. This is not an external thing. This takes place within, like I've been saying. Then the body adjusts through the DNA. Do not be fooled. You cannot fool the new earth. You can't fake it. You can't fake the awakening. All these false teachers, false fake light, they call them what? False light. It's a false light, and people are acting like they are of the light, but they do and say things that don't contradict what they're literally preaching or saying to you. But you can't fake the new earth. You can't fool your higher self. You can't fool the creator. You gotta commit at some point and say, okay, fine, I'm gonna surrender to the changes that are necessary for me to clean up myself so I can raise my vibration, raise my frequency to the level of where Gaia, new earth, is going, which is 5D. You can't fool new earth. You can't fool Gaia. Monitor your harmony. Fake harmony will not do. You can't fake harmony either. Some people might get away with it for a while, but you can't fake harmony. You just can't. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. That is the way of the fifth dimensional expression. And that is where you are all moving toward. And if you're not there yet, you will get there, I promise you. Because what is happening to our bodies and our DNA activating, it's only a matter of time before you recognize that you are actually being called to a higher mission, divine mission. You can't run from your destiny, which is us, all of us, waking up. Waking up. Ascension is a process, a steady process. You came here to be those ones, those way showers, to be the system busters. And you are all doing that now in your own various ways, your own individual ways, to bring the system down and for a new system to be born amongst the ashes of the old. Set the intent to feel the love, then you won't feel the fear. This is from the Pleiadians. Come into harmony with the love that you want to see and experience within. Like I said, you have to have, it starts within for you to see it without. For you to see it outside of yourself, in your outer reality. It starts within. So work on your beautiful self inside of you. Spend time with yourself. Come into harmony first within yourself. And then you'll see it manifest outside. Yeah, and it takes practice. It does. It takes practice. And that is what I wanted to talk about today. Harmony. Coming into harmony with the changes that are happening. Not being afraid of these changes, but embracing change. Let it take you to the new you. Let it take you to the new world. Because you don't know what's coming for you around the corner. If you're afraid of change, then you stay in a place of lack. You stay in a place of non-growth. But when you allow yourself to change, then you allow yourself to be expanded. You open up to expansion, evolution. You know, you don't know until you know. But you have to take that leap of faith and take that step to say, yes, I'm going to commit and not be afraid of whatever changes are happening in my life and around me in my world. I'm going to allow these changes to happen and allow myself to see this new day, this new world, this new you, this new me, this new we. You know, so come into harmony with the changes that are happening. Come into unison, alignment, and connectedness with who you are inside. And that, when you do that, when you spend time, you know, cultivating that relationship with your higher self within you, then you're able to make better decisions. And you come out of that place of fear. You don't live in fear anymore. Nothing scares me anymore like it used to. You know, I used to be afraid of being alone. I embraced all of that. I did. Even though it was one of my fears of being alone, I did. And that was when that was 2012. And that was when I had my biggest catalytic spiritual awakening, was being alone in that apartment in 3575 Bathurst Street. Being alone it was just me and my guides working on myself. And they took me out of that place that I thought wouldn't change. Because I didn't know any better. Here I am. All right, so my phone is about to die. So I'm going to leave you guys here for now. And I just wanted to say thank you guys for joining me on this live, which is going to be uploaded to my YouTube page. If you don't follow me on YouTube, please do. Ammoye's at Ammoye Music. AMMOYE Music. If you don't follow me on YouTube, please follow me there, because I'm going to do more of these and upload them to my YouTube and build up my YouTube fan base over there. And yeah. And the intent for this is just so I can help you guys, give you the tools that I've been using to help myself get better, be better. You know? That's helping me through these crazy times. Help me stay above water, if you will. Yeah, so thank you, David. Thank you, David. Oh my gosh, thank you, David. Thank you guys so much. Love you too, Mama. Love you too. All right. So, I just got my sign. the universe is saying, okay, time to cut off now because my battery is about to die. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with the flow. And I'm going to say bye to you guys now. For now, see you later. It's never bye. See you later. So I will see you guys later. And thank you guys so much for joining. One love, enough love.